The Mountain West always delivers.
Always delivers.
And that's your quote. I'm borrowing your quote.
National college basketball insider Jon Rothstein is on to something. The Mountain West does always deliver, and now that the calendar has turned to March, the stakes continue to get higher. Hi everybody, I'm Jesse Kurtz here in the Mountain West Network studio to discuss some Mountain West hoops. We welcome in our good friend Jon Rothstein of CBS Sports. Jon, appreciate the time and welcome to March.
Great to be with you, Jesse, as always, my friend.
On the studio shows that you do with CBS Sports Network, you often say the Mountain West always delivers. What do you mean by that?
Well, I think when you look at the landscape that we have right now in college sports, everything is geared towards quote-unquote power conferences, and that has not deterred the Mountain West from having great representation in the NCAA tournament. And it seems like regardless of what's happening in terms of the transfer portal, in terms of all the ancillary things on the outside, the Mountain West is always in a position to have great representation in the NCAA tournament. 6 last year, 4 in each of the 2 previous years to that. And this year, it looks like it could be a 4-bid league yet again. But remember, it's not anarchy. It's just college basketball.
That is true. You're a trendsetter, my friend, and it's catching on. The Mountain West has launched a new social media hashtag campaign, hashtag MW always delivers. So go ahead and learn it, live it, love it. Next week, the Mountain West Men's Basketball Championship will tip off in Las Vegas, and it's always one of the most competitive and exciting environments in college basketball. 3 different teams have won the event over the last 3 seasons, and 4 in the last 5 years. Who's your favorite to win this year's event and win the auto bid into the big dance, and why?
You have to go with New Mexico. The Lobos have played the best basketball of any team in the Mountain West this season, and New Mexico also has the most dynamic player in the conference in Donovan Dent. So Richard Pitino's team, to me, is the favorite.
Now, as of March 3rd, the Mountain West has 6 teams in the top 75 of the net ranking, so the competition at the Thomas & Mack Center will be fierce. Well, a few teams, of course, do not need to win the Mountain West tournament to get into the NCAA tournament, which is pretty typical of this conference. In fact, 21 times in league history, the Mountain West has sent multiple teams to the NCAA tournament. Who are your teams from the Mountain West that are in the field of 68 right now, and where would you see them?
Well, New Mexico, Utah State, and San Diego State are all comfortably in the field as of now. I would have those 3 teams seeded anywhere from the 8 to the 10 spot in one of the 4 regions. And then Boise State right now looks like it's just in on the cut line. I don't think, Jesse, it would be a bracket projection for the NCAA tournament, and it wouldn't be March if we did not think that Boise State was not slated to play in Dayton in the first 4. It feels like an annual tradition.
That is absolutely the case. They've been there a few times here in the last couple of years. What makes March so exciting is the possibility of an upset. That's what everybody loves to watch for. And a team that catches fire late in the season, that comes out of nowhere to win a conference tournament, punches its ticket to the big dance. Who in your mind is primed to be a bid stealer in the Mountain West?
Colorado State, Nico Medved's team has played great basketball since the start of 2025. In the last month, owns wins over Utah State and San Diego State. This is the team that can go to the Mountain West tournament and steal a bid, has one of the league's best players in Nick Clifford, and has a coach in Nico Medved that won a game against Virginia in the NCAA tournament last season.
Yeah, and Nick Clifford has really amped up his game here late in February. No reason to expect that won't continue here in March. Well, by week's end, 5 teams will have earned a bye in the first round of the Mountain West tournament, straight to the quarterfinals, which means 6 teams will be seeded 6 through 11 and will be playing on day 1 and will have to win 4 games in 4 days to win the championship. That's tough, but not impossible. Last season, New Mexico became the first team in Mountain West history to do that. Who's the team that will play on day 1 that nobody will be happy to see?
Nevada. And I think, you and I have talked a couple times this season about Nevada being a team that could eventually play better basketball. Remember, this was a team early in the season that beat VCU. We were high on Nick Davidson. We were high on Kobe Sanders. This is a team that, again, has had a habit of going to the NCAA tournament under Steve Alford. Made the first 4 2 years ago, lost to Arizona State, made the round of 64 last year, had a big lead against Dayton in the round of 64, and that lead dissipated. I think Nevada is the team on day 1 that a lot of programs in this conference would want to stay away from.
Finally, Jon, on Tuesday, March 11th, the Mountain West will announce its official All Mountain West team as voted on by the league's coaches. Which players make up your All Mountain West first team?
2 from New Mexico, Donovan Dent and Ellie Jr. Joseph. We'll go with Tyson Dagenhart from Boise State, Ian Martinez from Utah State, and then Nick Clifford from Colorado State.
John, I like it. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your expertise and all your coverage of the Mountain West. We look forward to watching you on TV throughout March. It's going to be a busy month for you leading up to the national championship game in San Antonio.
Thanks, Jesse. We sleep in May.
I'm not tired. I got the caffeine locked and loaded. That's Jon Rothstein of CBS Sports. You can follow his terrific coverage of college basketball and learn why he says the Mountain West always delivers. Look him up and follow him on social media platforms, on X at Jon Rothstein and on Instagram at Jon.Rothstein. The bracket for the 2025 Credit Union One Mountain West Championship will be revealed on Saturday, March 8th, after the conclusion of the final regular season game. Single session tickets for all games are currently on sale at themw.com/2025. We have a great deal for you right now with discounted 3 and 5 session bundles up to 20% off. Scan the QR code right now and get your tickets today, and we'll see you in Las Vegas. From the Mountain West Network studio, I'm Jesse Kurtz.